So here we go. You saw the last minute notes where Gabe's always nodding his head and Ben is talking. Let's play pickleball.
That out. Zero, zero, one.
Great speed up by Eric, running the left hip of Tardio. It's really important to mix it up, otherwise Gabe will make adjustment and sit back in hard.
How in the world is he on the next one, Jay?
It's a good combo. It's a good combo.
2-0-1. Second serve.
I'm disappointed in Dylan wearing a white shirt after we've had SpongeBob, Charlie Brown, and plain white today. Wow.
Good lead. Yeah, Ben and Gabe are not matching today. Close enough.
0-2-1.
Massive cut there from Gabe.
Yeah, and Eric trying to be very aggressive right away, putting a lot of pressure. Great spot. Eric is so big in the middle with his forehand. You want to avoid that spot, and Ben found his left hip.
So Dylan Frazier, #1 in the world, and looking for a Krabby Patty at spinning the paddle.
That out. Two, one, one.
Just in the ground instantly, too.
Yes, and again, he attacked back in, and like we said, Gabe made the adjustment, was sitting back in here this time.
But can't get to that, and as you said, Eric Oncins is on a heater here. Everything red line.
That out.
Double bounce.
Yes, called it on himself. Sportsmanship here.
Yeah, those guys are too young to not get to that ball, though.
That's a good point.
Point.
Yeah, Ben at 26, by far the old man on the court here.
2-3-1.
That makes me a grandpa. Great point. I really liked how they moved the ball around. Every time they were a little bit late, redirecting towards the middle. When they had time, going down the line a little bit more.
Oh, nice little touch from Eric Oncins.
Three, two, one. Point.
So really waving the Cobra with the two-hander over there, Mr. Oncins.
Yeah, I would like to see Ben a little bit more aggressive with his back and flick, testing a little bit more Dylan. I feel like he had few looks and he has been a little bit passive.
Timeout receivers, 5-2-1.
And the rare timeout called from Ben. What is the chess match here, and where would you dink against this team, Gabe and Ben?
Well, usually I like to dink the ball to Ben because Ben moves a lot. So if you manage to move the ball towards his back end and middle and between his leg as well, so you create space, he's becoming a little bit less dangerous than if you see him moving and poaching. He has a very, very good forehand and very dangerous in the middle.
So you wanted him to get more aggressive?
Yes. Yeah, I would test definitely Dylan like that. That was great. Because Dylan is very good at countering, but Ben has a very good offense as well.
Oh, let it go, Eric.
Yeah. Those are a tough ball to let go because you're so involved. You initiate the fight, so you want to finish it.
Wow, pulls it wide. The left side guy could slide too. That was nice from Eric.
If you manage to keep the pressure and have a higher percentage of success, then you should keep doing it.
5-2-1.
Wow, got away with murder there.
Yes, but almost have it. Great dink.
Nasty inside out from Ben. Yeah, and that's where you lose matches. Even though it's 5-2, that's a gimme to get to 6-2, and they don't get it.
Yeah, for sure. Points are precious nowadays. Like the teams are becoming closer and closer, so every opportunity you miss could cause you the match. Talking by experience after yesterday.
Man, so just unforced errors to go with the great aggressive play of Oncins. And it is 6-2 again. These matches have been one-sided, the two they've played for Gabe and Ben, and as you thought, it is different today so far.
So far. You know, this is again where Ben is very good at making adjustments. Doesn't matter which partner he plays with, finds ways to win.
Whoa, it just kept coming back, but not the last one. Rock you like a hurricane with the scorpion in there from Dylan Frazier as well. That was nice.
Yeah, and the way he initiated that speed up, waited for the right ball, was not, he was very patient, waited for the right opportunity to attack Ben's backhand. Great playing.
And what a beauty through the middle. And Squidworth was nowhere to be found. 8-2.
Another great pull from Dylan. The last two pull he had, he waited that the ball was deep in the corner to fix Ben, either backhand or forehand. Great job. Got excited here.
Same guy. But let's start here. Already eclipsing the highest they've gotten in a single game against this team.
That's just not the right spot.
Oh.
It was possible to attack, but maybe not to the backhand of Eric. What do you think?
And it seemed off speed too. That was just begging him to hit a winner. Wow. Brings it into the paddle side hip, and Oncins handled it.
8-1. Second serve.
Got him with the inside out.
Yeah, and again, like that dink was a little bit high from Eric, so he knew it. He was on his toes at that point, so when you're off balance, it's much harder to counter those balls.
Wow. Tries to get the paddle out of the way and actually resets it.
Perfectly. I wish I had that problem.
We all do. Oops, perfect.
2-1.
Again. Perfect pace control.
And so far, Dylan has been really good at that. Attacking at the right time, not forcing it.
Point.
I jinxed it. I failed.
Welcome to the booth.
3-2.
Great job.
Beautifully through the middle from Ben, so that's 2 on a 2 here still.
And Ben earlier, at the beginning of the game, was dinking those balls. Now he's looking to flick. He's leaning a little bit more, trying to be more aggressive.
Sends it again, and is a timeout coming? It sure is. So 8-2 has become 8-5. So things are heating up here in Central Florida. We'll be back with the rest of game 1. Welcome back, everybody. We got a great quarterfinal matchup here, and an upset is brewing in the 82-degree sun here. I'm Dave. Jay DeVilliers, what have you seen in the last 3 points that have brought Gabe and Ben back a bit here?
Well, you know, a missed volley from Dylan was a freebie, and then better point construction from Ben and Gabe that led them to get to 5-8. Let's see if they can keep building on and get some freebies from their opponents.
And countered brilliantly.
Yeah, he's very good at putting pressure on that fourth ball.
Tries to send that one, hits the tape, so 2 empty trips in a row. And can Ben and Gabe pull closer than the 3-point deficit that they face right now?
Yeah, a little bit high. Again, if I were Gabe, I would try to dink a little bit more towards the inside foot of Dylan rather than the middle, because Eric can put very big pressure with his forehand.
Wow. And they had to hit 11 winners, but the 11th one was beautiful, and they get a stop without any damage. That overhead was demolished from Dylan, and it came back.
And again, what's really sad at that point was Gabe speeding up, and that hasn't been like what has been winning. So I would think Ben will make that adjustment in either late that set or next game.
You tall guys stick your arms in there sometimes, Jay.
Yeah, but again, Eric, this is the first time Eric dinked a little bit too far. That's why Ben had the ATP, but he has been dinking remarkably so far.
Wow, 3rd empty trip in a row.
5-8-1.
Oh, no way. No way, Dylan Frazier. That's a foot behind him, Jay.
That's a very good get. I would say a very lucky get, but you know, he has such a good defense that you get lucky when you defend so bad.
Man.
Big swing from Eric. Trying to really outpower Gabe. Still on that ball, he didn't have to do that much. Short and compact would have been better.
Oh, bad luck off the tape, and a Gabe attack, and
Re-challenge timeout, 8-6-1, 45 seconds. 8-6-1.
that is the words of Jay DeVilliers. Love having that insight. And passes on one chance. And doesn't pass on the next one. That is nasty. Up and down quickly.
8-6-2.
And again, this point has been lost because Gabe sped a little bit early. So far, most of the hands battle that Gabe has initiated, they have been going in the favor of Eric and Dylan.
9-6-2.
Finally get off 8. First lob of the match, and it is deep.
Side out. 6-9-1. Point.
And there's not much wind, but maybe just a little caught that. I don't know.
Yeah, it just felt like he was trying to get that return really deep to put pressure on the fourth, but you don't want to give points away.
No way. Sitting forehand. Absurd defense. Oh, the ball bounced. Oh, no. Oh, no. After an insane rally, Nancy, of course, didn't mean that. And there's nothing worse as a referee. And he waved the Cobra, and
this is really hard because you know that the momentum is switching slowly. You want to win that point. Now you have to rebuild.
yes.
And Ben and Gabe usually don't give you 3 points, so they're probably going to get in again. So it's back to work.
Get in, they do. Takes it cross court, and Ben is on it within one.
Yeah, great dinking. The spots are on point. That speed up was great, but again, Ben was sitting on that one.
8-9-1.
Wow. Welcome to the Matrix there, Neo. My goodness.
Come on, Neil. Come on. 8-9-2.
Oh, my. Made a ridiculous save behind Dylan, but then couldn't come up with the next one.
They don't have any
9-9-2.
timeout
No.
anymore.
But a high fifth gives the ball back. Let's see if they run it. Huge return. Keeps Eric out of the mix. What a read of the play, and pounces on it.
Yeah, this is where Ben is very composed. He has been there. He has played for many years at that level.
9-9-2.
He's not fizzled at all.
So they cannot get to 10 again, and Ben steps to the line with a chance to earn a game point.
9-9-1.
Sails another one. Game point.
10-9-1. Second serve.
Great combo. Gabe was not all the way to the line, so that's why Dylan took that change cross court. Usually you want to attack down the line, but because Gabe was not all the way up, just decided to attack cross. Great save.
Another one. And that does not find the court. 2 game points saved.
Wow, Ben was a little bit late. Didn't expect that speed up. Ball was pretty low. It was a high risk ball, especially at 10-9. Ben usually like to play percentages, so that's why I feel like he's not ready.
Big swing and a paddle spank from Gabe, and it's going to take more than 11.
10-10-1.
Filthy little roll cross court from Ben. Tons of spin.
Yeah, that drop was a little bit too high. Great drop against most players, but against Ben, that's too high. Could find that angle.
Wow. Tries to body him up, and it gets deep as he got out of the way again. Game point switches to the other side.
Surprising shot by Ben at 10-10. Ben usually doesn't go for bags like that.
That is an unbelievable save, as that was a sneaky choice from Oncins.
Yeah, he saw Ben on the move. That was a great reset from Ben, because it's not easy when you're moving to control the ball, especially from a speed up.
Wow.
10-11-1.
Okay. Wow.
Second serve.
Ben disgusted off the tape, but nice paddle control from Dylan.
Great hands from Dylan. It's not easy to
10-11-2.
reestablish so fast. You recall very quickly in order to finish that point. Oh my goodness.
So another cross-court attack from Gabe is absolutely clobbered by Dylan, and that set up a chain of very unfortunate events. Game point 2 goes to the other side. They've already saved 2 game points.
11-10-1.
Oh no.
Second serve.
He had a great look, but he was still moving while hitting that ball. Rushed a little bit. The excitement of closing the game.
Ah,
I've been there.
we've all been there. Well, you'd love them to just miss a return so I can go tap paddles. Here we go. Makes it. It's going to be the one.
Would like to see Dylan.
Oh, no way! The most cardio-ness of all at game point down. Savannah banana hook. ATP is a beauty.
A pretty crazy shot. At 10-11 down.
Wow.
Game point.
10-11-1.
Wow. Again, I'm not liking that speed up, but Ben was able to clean up that time.
Yeah, he had to get a mop and a broom to clean up that mess, but he did.
11-11-1.
What a battle. Just catches.
Great return.
11-11-2.
dink miss like that from that side in a while. 3 saved, now the 3rd game point for Ben and Gabe. But that will not get it done.
And the game is becoming very physical. Long dings, waiting for the right ball. With the stress of closing the game, that's why we start seeing unforced errors at times.
11-12-1.
Wow, boxing each other out for that high ball. And then Ben just says go, and he did.
It is definitely easier in the booth to make the right decision than on court at times.
Oh, no.
Wow, great reset after being so late at first shot.
Just a little too reachy there, and they can't tie it up. Here comes game point 4.
12-11-1.
And they get it done. They dig out of an 8-2 hole. They save 3 game points against and fired up Ben Johns. Very pleased with the 20-year-old Gabe Tardio by his side. What a start to the quarterfinals. 13-11. We're just getting started. Get those snacks filled up, people. Game 2 coming up next. So if you're Eric and Dylan, how do you just take a deep breath and start over here?
Yeah, it's really tough. You don't want to overthink of what happened. You don't want to think that you were up, because otherwise you start, having like already PTSD.
Yeah.
So it's just playing like it's a new game, being aggressive, going back to what has been working.
Wow. Uh-oh. Yeah, you don't want to just turtle up and go back into that pineapple under the sea.
Great hands by Gabe.
0-0-1.
Oh my, filthy overhead, but look at this, they're right back in it. And then he does that. So beautiful topspin lob followed by a clean winner through the middle. How much spin?
Yeah, that was great because, again, better speed up. The ball was in the corner, so much harder for Eric to counter since he had to cover the line as well. Better speed up that he has been doing so far.
1-0-2.
Ben having a long chat with Ben about letting that go.
Yeah, and I think he was more upset with his ding being a little bit too high. Ben is a
0-1-1.
perfectionist,
Yeah.
likes to find his zones.
Second serve.
Doesn't like unforced errors.
No, he does not. Not that I know a lot of people that do.
Point.
Oh, that is an unforced error, Jay.
Yes, I feel like it's a compensation from the previous dink. He was
1-1-2.
felt like his dink was a little bit too high. Tried to keep it too close to the net this time.
I mean, just blunt force trauma from Oncins. 2-1-2. Point.
Great reach. Eric's a
ability to flick that back in out of the air. He's very long. Takes a lot of court. Great speed up.
And a little out of the strike zone, Jay.
Not that long.
You tall guys think you can reach everything.
And that's a pattern that has been working for Eric, but that one was too low. You have to be very selective on which ball to do it.
And this is part of this new partnership. You would not see Colin and Ben shaking and baking like that, but Tardio very capable.
3-3-1.
And now the reversal.
Yeah, and again, they do that shake and bake when they're in stacks. That's why you see Eric leaning on the left side now to give more times for Dylan to seize the ball and not lose the ball behind his partner.
I think that positioning, and at a break, I want to have you break that down more about where to stand when you're unwinding the stack.
Yeah, you see, like on that position, when Eric runs behind Dylan, he loses the ball for a split second. That's what makes him like a little bit late on that impact. So that's why you see him stand on the left side here, so Dylan can seize the ball constantly.
And Ben, throughout his career, has always had that be the positioning for that very reason. So, but fast break pickleball gets the lead. They both say out, and they're both wrong.
Yeah, Ben didn't hit it very hard, very controlled, smart play.
Oh my, destroyed. I mean, we need to discuss whether SpongeBob is able to continue or not.
Great reset.
And nice job by Oncins. Let's hope those square pants are reinforced.
Made of steel.
Five, 3-2.
Wow. Frazier on it, but late, and that ball is going to be 3 feet long. So after a great start, it is now 6-3 for Tardio and Johns, looking to take this in 2 after a hotly contested game 1. We'll be right back. And you've seen some changes in what Gabe's doing on offensive choices. What is that?
Yeah, he was speeding a lot the ball middle when it was coming towards between his leg. Now he's doing the same thing, but when the ball is pushed on the outside wide. So Eric has to cover line more, and that opens the middle a bit more and help Benz to be in the middle. They've been way more successful on those attacks than before.
Wow, and this unwinding the stack is a disaster right now for Eric and Dylan.
Yeah. I feel like they should stay maybe once just to show them something different.
7-3-2.
Ben says no, but Ben is also wrong on that one. So they do get one more after the timeout.
3-7-1.
That's a counter. That's a counter that has been working because again, Gabe was not pushed wide. Then they're staying. They're not opening the court as much. Not a good speed up on this one.
That's a whoopsie from Dylan right there.
Can't have whoopsies on that team.
Great reset. Coming back though from Dylan.
Great hands.
Net got involved a couple of times. Back within 2.
5-7-2.
Oh, and gets tagged in the back.
Well, I think that ball was going to land in anyway.
Yes.
Dylan was trying to get away from it, but Ben didn't hit it that hard. Great lob.
That's really good from Dylan Frazier.
A great execution, moving the ball around. I would like to see Dylan speeding a little bit more at Ben like he was doing it in the first game.
7-5-2.
He had been very successful with that.
I mean, they're yelling, yeah. Ben's not sure. Not sure means in. Maybe the truck can show us. I think it hit right on the line. Wow, just got out of the kitchen there.
5-7-2.
Yes, that was a better speed up. Again, the ball was outside wide. He's targeting and then just pull either backhand or forehand. That has been working so well for Gabe.
Sent the third to the moon, but survived and actually win the rally.
Again, that stacking position is hurting them.
Threw the entire Bolivian to the left there. Too much side spin back the other way. Second chance to get to 9.
Side out. 5-8-1.
Great hands from Dylan, setting up his own combo, spinning towards cross court, towards Gabe,
6-8-1.
and closing the middle.
Second serve. 6-8-2.
That's a ridiculous ATP. Very little margin.
Any more fun to watch it
8-6-1.
live like that than against you, you know?
Wow, no communication, but oh, and Tui counter. All right.
Yeah, I've seen Ben doing it when he's a little bit far from the line, trying to implement that in his game.
My goodness, are they going to get out of this? They might. unbelievable defense, and then the ATP goes astray, and we are at match point.
10-6 line.
Oh no, off the tape, and we are done. So SpongeBob's going to have to go home and play cards with Patrick because Ben and Gabe are moving on. That was one heck of a first game, and they are going to be thinking all night about the 3-game points that did not go their way. So Ben and Gabe's day is done. We'll see them tomorrow in semifinal Saturday.